Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Monday, January 18th, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the root chakra and guided by magic. And the galactic signature of today is the blue solar eagle energy. And so the Blue Eagle tribe is all about creation, vision, and mind. And we talk about this eagle energy a lot when we discuss seeing from that bird's eye view. And so the eagle energy is very much about rising above the mundane, rising above our limited perspective of the world, of ourselves, and sort of soaring up to the greatest heights possible so that we can take in the whole picture. It's about connecting with the universal consciousness, the universal mind, and seeing everything from that higher perspective. So releasing all of our lower perspectives, so to speak, and gazing at the entire picture. And as we gaze and take in the entire picture from that more detached, broader perspective, we're then able to see more clearly our place in the collective and how it is that we can influence and positively influence the collective with our own energy and our own vision. The solar tone is all about intention, radiating that intention out into the world, creation. And so we're really being asked to rise up, to see from that broader view, and then to really focus our intention on what it is that we are wanting to create. How is it that we are wanting to benefit our own reality and, more importantly, the collective reality today? And I'm going to look and see if there's anything I want to read for you guys as far as this goes. No, I think that pretty much covers it. It's all about vision, that higher, most all-encompassing vision, and sort of radiating our intention out into the world, and understanding the power of our intention and the power that we do have to influence our reality and the collective reality through our intention. The affirmation for today is, I pulse in order to create, realizing mind. I seal the output of vision with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of magic. And we do have some astrology going on today, as we do every day. We have the moon now in the sign of Aries, and the moon will be conjunct Chiron today in Aries. And so this is definitely the overriding energy of the day. We're going to be feeling this very deeply on an emotional level, since we are talking about the moon and we are talking about the wounded healer. And so any of those wounds, as you all are very well aware at this point, we had a lot of action happening in the sign of Aries this year. A lot of planets transiting. We had that huge Mars transit in Aries with the retrograde. We had Chiron transiting and retrograde in Aries, and still in Aries right now. True Black Moon making some moves in Aries. There was a lot of really powerful Eris, which is still in Aries. A lot of that really powerful energy. And we went through a lot of transformations as far as our empowerment, as far as our will, our ability to enact our will in the world. Any wounds that we held around those aspects, around the masculine aspect of our energy. And so we're really, some of that stuff may be revisited today for some. We may be seeing a different perspective of that, receiving a deeper level of healing around that today. And it's really beautiful because I'm feeling with the moon, it's like that feminine energy coming in and merging with that masculine energy to really soothe and heal it. And we could experience this any number of ways. We have a lot of really intense activity going on right now. We have Mars and Uranus, which will make their exact conjunction tomorrow. Very, very close to each other. We've been talking about this Mars-Uranus conjunction all week. And so it will be reaching its peak tomorrow. So that's a lot of that really high initiatory energy, right? That high voltage energy when it comes to our willpower, when it comes to these aspects, our drive, our sexuality, our stamina, the ways that we are sort of leaving that mark in the world and blazing that trail forward. And so with the moon also in the sign of Aries and Chiron, and those that just being one of these aspects that we have that are contributing to this high voltage energy. And we're going to see a lot of these different aspects playing out, true black moon getting into the mix throughout the week. So that being the overriding energy of the week, we could react to this moon conjunct Chiron energy in a bunch of different ways. We could find it very soothing and healing. We could just have a deeper layer of ourselves and our healing journey when it has come to our empowerment sort of being revealed to us. Or we could react to this and it could trigger more trauma, and we could feel the desire to kind of act out on that. So we want to try to curb that impulse and just really look at what we're being shown. If anything is coming up, this could be a very emotional day today, a very fiery, passionate day, a very emotional day. We also have Neptune right now making squares to the nodes of the moon. And so with this energy, we're really looking at our journey through our lives so far, as the past and the future that we're moving into. And we're seeing the higher spiritual lessons and spiritual significance behind all of the lessons and all of the growth in our path thus far, which is a really pretty cool energy to be sort of feeling and experiencing today. We're really noticing that. We're paying attention to that. We're looking at, today is a big day of looking at those spiritual lessons. So that's how we look from that bird's eye view, right? We understand things from that broader, greater perspective. And so that can allow us to have a certain level of comfort as we are moving through these energies, because we're seeing and understanding that there is a higher spiritual purpose underneath everything that we experience, and a higher spiritual force that is guiding us. And so we're being guided to allow that force to come in the ways that it needs to come in, or we're being guided to surrender to that force, to surrender to the flow of our lives. It's very much with all of this high impact energy, this need to initiate is very strong, but we're also being reminded of the counterbalance of that and the surrender aspect, right? We initiate, but we also surrender. And so we want to be moving forward, but we want to be moving forward in a way that flows, not in a way that feels as though we're beating our heads against a brick wall. That's sort of the energy. There was something that was trying to come through, but I kind of lost it. So we'll see if it comes back out as we do the reading today, which we are going to get into now. And I want to pull a couple mystical shaman oracle cards for you guys. Clear. All right, let's get some guidance for today, for Monday. What journey are we on right now? What guidance do we have in our journey? And so we have the Serpent coming out. And so this is many things. When we talked about our sexuality and those wounds and that energy around our sexuality, and that is, I think, going to be another theme that we'll be seeing throughout the week. This is that Kundalini energy, the activation of that energy, of our sacred sexual energy and our creative dynamic life force energy. So really coming into that, but this is also that energy of us, the cycles and phases of our lives and the shedding of our old skin as we move into our new skin. And we're in that period now where we've been shedding that skin. I'm kind of feeling sort of like I love snakes. I used to have pet snakes at one point. And I'm remembering my baby girl, she would sometimes have a little bit of trouble shedding her skin, and I would kind of do what I could to sort of gently help that process along. And so I'm kind of feeling like I'm remembering her like rubbing her head against rocks and stuff, trying to loosen up the skin. And I feel like that's kind of like what 2020 was like for a lot of us. It was like that skin was starting to come off, but it wasn't always the easiest process. It wasn't shedding as smoothly as it sometimes does at other times. It's sort of like little bit by bit it was loosening and coming off, and we were kind of just like rolling around and rubbing ourselves against stuff, trying to loosen it up, trying to shake it loose. It was this process, and of course that was our resistance, right, is what that symbolizes, our resistance to the change and just the uncomfortability of it. And so, I'm missing her now. Oh, God bless her little soul. But yeah. that process, and how it was a little bit uncomfortable, and it's like we're finally now releasing the final vestiges of that skin, but we're needing to move in our new skin and to give ourselves, be patient with ourselves in that process as we learn how to navigate that new skin, is sort of the energy that I'm feeling right now, and continuing to be open to the renewals, the deaths and the renewals that are coming, because it's not stopping anytime soon. Like, we are going to be consistently, as soon as we get comfortable in that new skin, maybe even before, we're going to begin shedding, and a new skin is going to emerge once again. It's just going to be a continual process. And so, like, we just get used to change, because it has always been the only constant. But that phrase and that old saying is going to be true now and moving forward more than ever. And so we have Earth coming out. And we also have the Staff. And so this is energy of us really, it's like the new skin that we're moving into and that we're wearing is one that is extremely stable, one that is extremely rooted and grounded and empowered, and really knows how to take decisive action. That's what this Earth with the Staff, that's the energy that I'm feeling. It's a lot of, I mean, look at this card, always gets me. And I believe that this is Kernunos, is who this represents. And there's just something about his energy that really draws me in. And I mean, if you look at this card, like, feel the power and the wisdom radiating off of that card out of his eyes. And so that's the energy that we are stepping into. That is the skin that we are stepping into. We're really rooting and grounding ourselves into our current incarnation, grounding that power into this current incarnation. These are the skins that we are wearing. It's more like we're shedding off, every skin we shed off is another aspect of who we are not, as we get closer and closer to the truth and the power of who we are. And then we have this power and this ability to take decisive action, to make decisions, to set forth on the journeys that we are meant to take. And I'm going to pull out the Staff, the reading for the Staff here. Yes, the symbol of authority. It holds the power to temper extremes. The Staff helps you find the right course of action, the way of the middle, and aids you to maintain your balance after you begin walking in that direction. Moses carried a serpent staff through the desert. Interesting, right? And with it, he could summon the power of nature to heal or call plagues. That's so funny. We have nature and we have the serpent here too. The Staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things, and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. And to serve who? To serve what? To serve the collective. To serve the earth, right? You know how to flow easily between polarities, how to weigh all possibilities and instinctively select the right path. Trust your inner wisdom to take the first step on a journey that your heart has already embarked on. Use the power of the Staff to unite what appears to be divided, to find that delicate balance between will and surrender. And is that not what we were just talking about? Will and surrender. That's crazy. That's just blowing my mind right now, just the way all of that came out together. You really, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Yeah, and I really love that energy of using the Staff to unite what appears divided, right? Because we can see that in our reality all around us. These ways that that different forces in this world, right, are seeking to keep us divided. And the way that it appears that has been successful in many ways, it's like we can see the split happening, right? That split between love and trust and fear. And we can see people going down those roads, and we can see the way that is dividing us, right? So it's like unifying that, bringing that back together, bringing all of those people out of that fear mentality, uniting the divided sides so that we can all stand together. And so I really love that energy, because it's so much. And I'm going to be doing a video on the nodes coming up next here, and we're going to be talking about this energy that we're moving into right now as we are seeking to heal that division and the energies that we're releasing and moving into with the transit of the nodes right now. But it's very much this energy of us needing to come together, needing to learn how to find that common ground, how to balance those polarities, right? So yeah, really, really powerful energy. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Council coming through as well. And I love when this card comes out, because this card always reminds me of the Galactic Federation and the Council of Light, and just them letting us know that their presence is here. But it's like us learning, what we're learning in this cycle is how to utilize power for the highest good, how to come together with authority, but have that the ultimate authority, right, is not us. The ultimate authority is source, is spirit, is that higher consciousness, is that love consciousness, that Christ consciousness. And that is the higher authority which we all serve, which we all work towards, which we all seek to embody, right, in this flesh and bone reality. That is what we're seeking to embody. That's what we're seeking to anchor into the earth. Right? That's what we're seeking to pull the earth up into, is that higher frequency of love. And we're utilizing, and we're really capitalizing on our own empowerment and what we've learned, and sharing that and guiding people. It's like I'm seeing Moses, and I'm seeing him like, and I'm not big on the Bible. I'm not super well versed in it. But I'm seeing him like leading his people through the desert, and I'm seeing this staff, right? And it's like guiding, just that, being that guiding force, right? That's bringing people together, and that is showing people the way, and how that way is created, right? It's like the parting of the Red Sea. That energy, that's like spirit coming in, right? And literally moving heaven and earth in order to ensure that safe passage for the people who have found that path and are ready and able and willing to walk that path with determination, with courage, with faith, and with trust, and just knowing that they are fully supported. Yeah, I love that. I really, really like that energy coming through. What else are we going to pull here? We're going to pull a couple Keepers of Light cards. Clear. All right, what guidance do we have from the Keepers of the Light? And we have Serapis Bay coming out, Ascension. Move into your true self, rise above the darkness. The light is here. And we also have, we're going to get a couple of these out. Cthulhu, Cloak of Wisdom. You already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. That's also how we move into our inner authority, right? By learning how to trust ourselves, by learning how to trust that inner knowing within us. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. That trust piece, trusting yourself, coming through very, very strongly right now. And it's like when we allow ourselves to move into our truest self, we can absolutely trust what we find there. We can trust the knowledge. We can trust the wisdom that's coming through. We can trust that we know where it's coming from, and that it is coming from our higher selves. And it's interesting how you see behind Cthulhu's head, we have the snake here. Right? Yeah, the snake eating its tail. The complete circle, right? The endless circle. So yeah, we are able to trust ourselves more and more fully and more completely as we move further and further into the truth of who we are. So trust that increased awareness and that inner voice that's coming through. Like whoever is asking a question right now and has been asking a question for a while, I feel like someone's been asking a question and they haven't been getting an answer, and they're getting really irritated about that. And the reason you haven't been getting an answer is because you already know the answer. And so it's almost like your guides are just sitting there and waiting, like, okay, so you know the answer. Are you going to listen? Are you going to listen to the answer that you've already received and act upon that? Like, that already exists within you. You already know. It's like you're looking out the window, you're seeing a car, the car is red. And you're staring right at it and you're saying, is that car red? That's sort of like the kind of energy that's coming through. So it's like really, it's about you learning to trust yourself. Trust that you know the answer and move forward on that. And then we have Charity coming through, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask and you shall receive. Yeah. I just heard, ask and you shall receive, but be careful what you wish for. If you are really wanting something, think about what it would really be like to have that. Really think about that. Is that what you truly want? But if there's something that you need right now, it's like really, and you do truly want it, and it does truly resonate with you. It's like there's just the one piece missing, which is you like really asking. You really asking and having that trust that you will receive, and being able to trust like the little nudges and the guidance and the messages that you're given that will lead you to the acquisition of what it is that you desire. Like there's work that's required on our part, I should say. And then Archangel Michael coming out, trusting heaven. You are safe, angels, stand close, surrender your concerns, and allow a miracle to occur. And so, it's once again that act of surrender, that balance of will and surrender, right? It's like once you know what you want, you ask for it. And then part of how you receive it is also by surrendering. It's like, I feel like somebody is trying to manifest something, and they are asking for it, but they're not surrendering and allowing space for the miracle that they're asking for to happen. It's like you're still trying to control the situation. And your acts of trying to control the situation are actually stifling it from being able to develop in the most fortuitous way for you. It's because you feel like Archangel Michael's saying here, you feel as though you're unsafe. You feel as though you have to try to control and maneuver the way the outcome is going to happen in order for yourself and possibly for others that you love to be safe. But it's by that very act that you are sort of causing this, there's like a disconnect there. It's making things more difficult. And so it's like releasing that need to control the situation. Releasing, and for some of you guys, it's not even necessarily your actions, it's just the incessant worry about the situation that's kind of blocking the energy a little bit. And so Archangel Michael, call on him. Call on him, call on Charity, ask them to help you to release those worries. Do the exercise where you pull the worries out of your head and hand them to Archangel Michael. Yeah. And move through your fears. If there are fears that are coming up that need to be acknowledged so that you can move past them, call on the energy of Kali Ma to help you move through those fears. Or possibly Ganesha to help you move through those obstacles, the obstacles and the fears. Yeah, so there's just a couple little messages coming out. And then final card here, Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose. Release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. Yes, that message coming through loud and clear for all of us right now. Yeah. There's a lot of people who are very afraid right now of speaking their truth, especially if their truth isn't popular. And it's when we talked about that split, that divide, right? People who hold truths and understand truths that are not widely accepted yet, that other people are struggling and grappling with and wanting to ignore because they're not pleasant and they don't go with their narrative and their version of reality. Like that energy gets very aggressive, and we can see that really coming to a head in different ways this week. But what we're being guided to do in the midst of all of that is to stand strong, to speak our truth, right? Where and when it needs to be spoken, and to trust our inner guidance to tell us when and where that truth is meant to be spoken. When do I speak? When do I stand strong and silent? Right? How do I speak? How do I deliver this truth in a way where it can be received most readily? That's something that we're learning right now. That's that art of communication, right? But it's focusing on our purpose, wherever our purpose. If your purpose is to spread truth, then you spread truth. You find the easiest or the the path of least resistance to spread that truth, but there's always going to be resistance, right? Spread the truth. It gets easier when we spread the truth to people who are ready to hear it. And so pay attention to your internal guidance. It's going to show you which people are ready to hear the truth and which people aren't. The truth that you individually are here to share. And Joan of Arc is here to support you in that. Yeah. All right. So that was just a final message coming out there. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. If you liked this video, like this video. There are links down below to donate. There are also a description of my services in the description box below, along with my email. Please reach out to me if you would like a personal healing, any type of healing session that I offer, a personal reading, any of those things. I would love, love, love to do that for you. Drop a comment. Let me know how today is resonating, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.